Ladies and gentlemen, it's over. The Charlie Kirk murder trial was just blown wide open with the testimony of the trans furry lover of Tyler Robinson saying that Tyler Robinson did murder Charlie Kirk. That is what he said, and he provided an enormous amount of corroborating evidence. This is totally devastating, and we were only able to see half of the video, and I'll play it for you right now. There's a reason why Tyler Robinson appeared to panic and sweat after the judge allowed for the recording of his trans lover, Lance Twiggs, to be played in court. Let me just summarize what we learned here, and then we'll get to the actual testimony. This is a recorded interview from Lance Twiggs. It was heavily edited, allowed for by the judge, because what they are doing here in this trial is they're making a ruling on probable cause. And so the best material that the state has against Tyler Robinson isn't even being shown. And it's already completely devastating. This is what Lance Twiggs looks like today in sworn testimony, under oath, speaking under penalty of perjury. And what I hear is speaking so that Lance Twiggs could get a plea deal in this case as a corroborator and a star witness for the state in order to not be prosecuted himself. So this is Lance Twiggs flipping on his lover, Tyler Robinson. And we just saw it happen in court. Photos of Lance Twiggs' phone are being read by the state. They confirm the text messages released all the way back into September when Robinson tells Twiggs to look for a note in the apartment and then admits to being the shooter and describes his failed efforts to retrieve the rifle. In these notes and in these text messages, which were called fake at the time by many, this is a confession. It's Tyler Robinson confessing, and people said, well, maybe they made up these text messages. Maybe they were all fake. Well, here are photos of Lance Twiggs' phone. So if they're end-to-end, and if they're reading them from both devices, and you can check the encryption, you can check the message. Well, those are real messages, okay? They're not obviously fake. Here's the photos on the phone, and this is Lance Twiggs in court saying, no, these are real messages. And what do the messages say? The messages say time and time again, I did it. I killed Charlie Kirk. I killed Charlie Kirk for you. And then explaining how the Charlie Kirk murder happened. Lance Twiggs describing how Tyler Robinson was acting erratically the day afterwards, crying and saying he wished he hadn't done it. More confessions from Tyler Robinson. Kept himself busy to stay distracted. Talked about turning himself in. Well, is this what an innocent man does? Cry and say, I wish I hadn't done it, and then turn himself in? Because he did eventually turn himself in. Premeditated enough to scout the roof multiple times, not prepared enough for what came after pulling the trigger. Ladies and gentlemen, what else did we learn? And then we'll play the videos. Lance Twiggs on Tyler Robinson after the murder of Charlie. I asked him in person if it was him who did it, and he said that it was. He started crying and then said he wished he hadn't done it. Text messages between Tyler Robinson and Lance Twiggs are incredibly incriminating. Tyler explains in the text messages to Lance about the rifle, changing clothes, trying to get the rifle, wrapped in a towel. Tyler talks about his grandfather and the specifics about the rifle that nobody would know. This is it. This is over. Twiggs testified Tyler Robinson admitted to killing Charlie Kirk, broke down crying, said he wished he hadn't done it. Twiggs also testified that the FBI surveillance photos appear to show Robinson. Open and shut case. This is utterly devastating. The note was real. The famous note that was left on the laptop on September 10th, saying, if you're reading my text, then I'm sorry. I left the house this morning on a mission and sent on auto text, I'm likely dead or facing a lengthy prison sentence. I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I took it. That's the confession. Lance Twiggs says, I got that note. That is the message that was written by Tyler Robinson. And then he says, when being shown the surveillance footage of Tyler Robinson, that they look like Tyler Robinson. Okay? Lance Twiggs admits under oath that Tyler Robinson confessed to killing Charlie Kirk. And I don't know, how much more do you need? How much more corroborating evidence do you need? This is the photo of Lance Twiggs's phone with the messages directly from Tyler Robinson. And then he confirmed that he helped in the engraving of the bullets, saying that he gave Tyler Robinson the engraver and helped him use it. He thought he was going on a hunting trip. So Twiggs testifies in video that Tyler Robinson was engraving messages on bullets prior to the shooting, and he testifies about the accuracy of the Discord messages. I mean, this isn't even the full confession. It's completely and totally devastating. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Lance Twiggs confession. Let's just begin with some of the just top line. Did you help him engrave bullets?
Engraving bullets before this?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly when, but he had said he was planning to go hunting with his family. And he asked me for if we had a Dremel because he said he wanted to engrave messages on bullets.
Create messages on
and I just
bullets.
told him where our Dremel was.
So I told him where the Dremel was. He wanted to create messages on bullets. There were messages, of course, on the bullets, and those bullets have Tyler Robinson's DNA on them. And also the DNA of Lance Twiggs, because presumably they both used this Dremel. What about Tyler Robinson being on campus?
Okay, before he came home, had you seen the press releases, any of the media on this?
I'd seen one Instagram link a friend of mine.
And here on the screen, you see these. Looks like there's 2 rows of 3 images.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recognize the person in these images?
I wouldn't say it with 100% certainty just because of camera quality, but that looks like him in terms of the shoes he's wearing, the sunglasses. I don't think I'd specifically seen him wearing that hat, but he was usually wearing a hat, and then jeans. So it definitely, especially the bottom, the last 2, definitely do look like him.
Okay, well, here we go. What did he behave like when he came home from the murder?
I saw him when I woke up. Like I said, he was up and around doing a lot of stuff around the house. And then I think I saw him after that message where I said I'll come home and say I'm doing laundry, because I didn't want him going to my parents' house right then when he said there was probably cops outside. So I went back home, and it was just him there, and I said bye to him, and then he drove off. So I just went back to my parents' house.
They black out certain parts of the video that are redacted. So that's what that is.
Sitting down, relaxing?
No, he was walking around a lot.
And that's within the home?
Mm-hmm.
And did he talk about what he had done?
Didn't go into detail. I just asked him in person if what he said was true the night before, and he said it was. I started crying a little bit and said he wishes he hadn't done it, and then kept going around and just doing stuff, I think, to keep himself busy or distracted or something.
Crying and saying he wished he hadn't done it. And what had he done? He'd confessed to killing Charlie Kirk.
Where it begins Wednesday, 11 p.m. Will you start reading underneath that?
Yes. So this would have been from Tyler. It says, drop what you're doing, look under your keyboard.
And I apologize. Let me stop you there. How do you know that that message would have been from Tyler Robinson?
That's just, so any of the messages in gray would be from Tyler, and messages in blue would be from Lance. It's just with iPhone distinguishes the messages. And also Lance in his interview also acknowledges that, who was saying what.
And up at the top.
So that's Lance confirming in his interview that these are his messages and from his phone, and that Tyler Robinson left him the note that said, I murdered Charlie Kirk.
We've been looking at here are Bates number 54. Okay, the notes,
Yeah.
what do you recognize it as?
That was the note under his keyboard that he was referring to in the first text of that chain.
Okay, so where did you find this?
On his desk underneath his computer keyboard.
And
Yep.
I assume you read it,
Yeah.
and then what did you do with it after you read it?
I believe I just put it back down on the desk after I took a picture of it.
Okay. And again, the time you read it was probably around 11 o'clock or so on the 10th,
Yes.
the night of September 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Every single thing that has been presented from the authorities in this case has now been corroborated with hard, direct evidence or eyewitnesses. Every single thing. And we haven't even seen, we've only seen a scintilla of the evidence that the state actually has. And we haven't seen everything. And we have only been able to see a videotape of a video that's being played in court. And that's what we have on the internet. So how damning is this actually in person? Ladies and gentlemen, will Tyler Robinson take a plea deal here and just ask for multiple life sentences, try and avoid the death penalty? I don't know. I don't know how you return from this, how you come back from this. I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't take a plea deal because you can get death by firing squad in Utah. And if there is any type of justice in this world, we'll get something like that. But it wouldn't really be true justice at all. You know what I mean? It's your boy Benny.